The word gay Africa to me is the beginning of a revolution. And I think that we'll get to the time when we African people, gay people, will be free everywhere in the world. I do not see it from a particular point about being African or being gay. I see it from the point of being a human being. The word then comes to become a sentence of visibility or enforcement. And I maintain one opinion that we are not begging to be seen or to be acknowledged or to be tolerated. That is way beyond that issue now. And that is why we, and I can say most people here, are into the fight. Our brothers and sisters and our families do not want to accept it. I mean, I have far-flung relatives in this country who would rather not talk about my sexuality and who would think that, what are you doing? What do you mean? One of them actually asked me 3 weeks ago and said, in your relationship, who is the woman? And I said, there is no woman because we are both men. Which is true, you know. So until people begin to see these things and accept that this is nature, Africans blame colonialism, slave trade, and everything. But I do also think that at the point, for what I'm going through, for what my other gay brother, African person is going through, we are actually forced into emotional slavery. If I would be in Nigeria today, I wouldn't be able to talk as freely as I am doing now. And then you can tell me what else is different from slavery than when I cannot, you know, sit up and talk about myself. You can tell me what else is not slavery when I'm afraid of, you know, loving someone. You can tell me what is not slavery when I'm not able to express my love. So we are here, gay Africans or gay people or gay men or lesbian or whatever you can term it to be, homosexuals. I mean, I don't really have a problem with them all calling me homosexual. It's up to you, you know. The fact is that wherever I am, I want to establish the point that I am there, and this is who you're with. So it's up to you to give up, not me to give up. And we are going to go into that fight and keep going and thinking, we are here, you better acknowledge it, and you better know that we are here. We're not asking you to, you know, please let us be. That is way beyond it. And I think the war begins, especially for, like Mojisola has said, for those of us that are lucky to be in a place where we can express that freedom, to begin to impact it on our brothers and sisters who are here, to say to them, you know, we exist. And they will take the message back home and say, you know what, that Godwin, he's a gay man, and he's in England, flying about everywhere. Obviously, what that does is that it prepares their mind. By the time I come in there, it's not news to them that I'm a gay man. Before colonialism, I was saying to Jasper earlier on, there was no issue about homosexuals or whatever. I mean, I grew up in Nigeria where I've seen 2 women who were married and lived together, and nobody, you know, blinked an eye at them. Well, let's look at it from this other point. There's adultery, which they don't like, but this other woman gets a child. Now tell me, how does she make the child? Is it that they were having a lesbian relationship, making a child? Or something else is going on? So this thing has been going on. You say, throw away colonialism, we don't like it, we don't want them, let the West not interfere in our matter. And you keep the law that they brought, and you keep it and use it against your own people. And then you say, we don't want colonialism, we don't want them to interfere into what we do. What sense does it make? It doesn't make any sense. So it's about people living our way and beginning to understand that there is dignity for human beings, that someone like me has a dignity to be who I want to be. And that is the statement Gay Africa is trying to make, that we are there. Thank you.
Gay people in Uganda, they live in fear all the time. You can't believe whether you will survive for the day or the night, or you will have something to talk to. So African people, they have something which they are saying that there is no gay people in Uganda. And whenever they say gay people, the next thing will be AIDS or HIV. So they relate the two things. Then the president of Uganda, he said in Uganda there is no gay people. But Uganda is one of the countries which has the high population of people dying of AIDS. So if there's no gay people in Uganda, then why there is AIDS? So that is an example of saying gay people are there in Uganda because if they relate the two things. Most time in Uganda, people are arrested, they are beaten up, some are killed. Those who are arrested, they don't charge them. Sometimes they can charge you of either disorderly because you are gay. Sometimes there is a time when they arrested somebody because he's dancing like a woman. Sometimes they question you, they just say, why do you talk like that? Why do you do that? It's my nature, I don't make it. When I came in this country, I was detained for 5 months. And I was told that they can't allow me because of my sexuality. Because if they let one Ugandan gay in the UK, that means all Ugandan gay people, they will end up in Europe. And then you ask, if they have allowed a political asylum seeker, will that mean they will allow all the political Ugandans to stay in this country? Still, gay people are treated differently. When I went to court, the Home Office told the immigration, the judge, that we don't see any problem why this guy is not deported back to Uganda. And the judge said, why? Because he can change his behavior so that he can live in Uganda. And so still, although people they are here, they don't have any feeling for a gay, black person or a lesbian or anything. When you see the British, Uganda is still on the constitution which was left there in Uganda in 1962, where it says that a gay person is, when you get a gay person, he has to be arrested, that's life imprisonment or death. And this is the constitution which was there because of the British people. But now the British people, or the government, they are reluctant about what is going on in Uganda. And it makes it really sad because Uganda is doing what the British people was planted there and is still going on. When they talk about the religion in Uganda, they say you have to marry one wife. But in Uganda, they are now marrying more. It's the debate also going in Uganda. But now they are saying, oh, no, a man is allowed to have 2 women or more than 2. But when it comes to gay people, then God doesn't allow it. But when it comes to marry more than 2 women, then God allows it. In the Bible, there's a time when I'm a Christian, I go to church. Someone asked me, how can you be a Christian and then you are gay? A gay has nothing to do with my religion. When I'm in a church, I pray to God. When I leave the church, whatever I do is my business.